There comes a moment in healing where you realize you were never broken. You were adapting. This video is the descent into the nervous system, the hidden architecture beneath exhaustion, hypervigilance, emotional shutdown, anxiety, numbness, overthinking, overgiving, and the inability to truly rest. This is where shame dissolves because survival was never failure. It was intelligence trying to protect life. And before we continue, welcome to your cosmic sanctuary. I am Elle, also known as Elle the Alchemist or the Holistic Energy Alchemist. And if you found this video, then something within your spirit, your nervous system, your consciousness was already seeking restoration. This space was created for people who are ready to understand themselves beyond shame, beyond survival, and beyond the fragmented ways we were taught to view healing. Here, we explore the body, consciousness, energy, emotions, and the nervous system as one interconnected living system, not from fear, but from awareness, from compassion, from remembrance. Because healing is not about fixing what was broken. It is about restoring circulation to the places within us that learned it was unsafe to flow. So take a breath, soften your body, and allow yourself to receive what resonates. Now, let's enter the deeper revelation. So let's get into boundary intelligence and survival. Most people think survival is just fear, but survival is actually a full body reorganization of circulation. When the nervous system perceives danger, emotional, physical, psychological, relational, spiritual, the body begins reallocating energy. Life force changes direction. Circulation changes direction. The body enters conservation mode. And suddenly, your breathing changes. Digestion slows. Emotions suppress. Creativity collapses. Intimacy feels unsafe. Rest becomes difficult. And presence disappears because the system is no longer prioritizing expansion. It is prioritizing protection. And this is important to understand. Hypervigilance is not personality. It is survival intelligence. Overthinking is often the nervous system attempting to predict danger before it arrives. Emotional shutdown is not coldness. It is energetic contraction. Dissociation is not weakness. It is the body temporarily disconnecting from overwhelming sensation in order to preserve functioning. The system reroutes life force inward to maintain survival. And once you understand this, you stop attacking yourself for symptoms that were actually intelligent adaptations. That changes everything because shame begins dissolving the moment understanding enters the body. Many people are trying to heal without realizing their entire nervous system has been operating like a nation under emergency conditions, always scanning, always bracing, always preparing, never fully receiving life. And this is where boundaries become deeply important because boundaries are not punishment. Boundaries are circulatory protection. Boundaries protect the nervous system from continuous energetic hemorrhaging. Without boundaries, the body cannot stabilize enough to restore flow. The system remains an energetic overexposure, and eventually survival becomes identity. People begin calling survival patterns, oh, that's just who I am, when really it was who they had to become to endure environments that did not feel safe. So now we're going to get into somatic triggers and wounds. Now here's the deeper revelation. Triggers are not interruptions to healing. Triggers are the nervous system attempting to complete unresolved circulation. A wound is often a frozen experience, an unfinished emotional movement, a moment the body could not fully process, feel, express, release, or metabolize safely. So the experience remains stored within the system, not just psychologically, but somatically, energetically, cellularly. The body remembers through sensation. And because the nervous system seeks completion, the body revisits unresolved experiences through activation. This is why certain tones of voice, certain dynamics, certain rejections, certain forms of abandonment, certain environments activate disproportionately large emotional responses. The body is not merely reacting to the present moment. It is revisiting an unresolved energetic memory, seeking restoration, seeking completion, seeking safety. And this changes the way we understand triggers completely, because activation is not punishment. Activation is in an invitation into revision, an invitation to bring love into a place where survival once formed, not intellectually, but embodied. This is why healing cannot happen through cognition alone. The nervous system learns through sensation, not theory, not affirmations disconnected from the body. Sensation, presence, safety, love. And here's the alchemy. You cannot occupy fear and love simultaneously in the same energetic space. When embodied safety enters a previously wounded memory, the energetic encoding of the memory begins to change. Not because the past is denied, but because the body is finally receiving what it could not access during the original experience. Safety, presence, compassion, protection, permission to feel. And slowly, the frozen circulation begins to thaw. The body no longer needs to hold the same defensive posture because the nervous system is learning, I survived, and now I am safe to live. Now this is where healing becomes transmutation, not suppression, not bypassing, not pretending pain never happened, but transformation. And there is a difference. Many healing models teach people to coexist with pain, to identify with the trauma. But the deeper revelation is this: the pain itself can change, because emotional memories are not only mental recordings, they are sensory recordings. The body stores experiences in resonance, in muscular tension, in breath patterns, in hormonal responses, in energetic posture, even within the lower centers of the body where survival memory is deeply stored. And when we revisit experiences somatically through presence, awareness, compassion, breath, and embodied safety, we begin rewriting the body's relationship to the memory itself. This is revision through love, giving the body what it needed then, allowing the nervous system to experience a different outcome internally. This changes the energetic imprint the past left behind. This is why some people suddenly stop reacting to things that once devastated them. The body is no longer circulating the same emotional coding. The resonance changed. The timeline changed internally. The energetic story changed. And once the body no longer identifies the memory as active danger, circulation restores itself naturally. Breath deepens. Presence returns. Creativity returns. The body exits survival sequencing, not because force was applied, but because love entered the system deeply enough to reorganize it. And perhaps this is the greatest revelation of all. Healing is not becoming something new. Healing is restoring circulation to the parts of yourself that learned it was unsafe to fully live. And when love enters the space survival once occupied, circulation returns to the system. And so, this is the end of part 2, my loves. And if this transmission resonated with you, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing yourself to sit with these revelations. Thank you for choosing to understand yourself with greater compassion instead of judgment. And thank you for honoring the parts of yourself that adapted in order to survive, because that version of you deserves love too. If you felt something shifting within your body, your awareness, your heart, or your nervous system while watching this, trust that your system recognizes resonance, your body recognizes safety, and healing often begins the moment we finally feel seen. So continue breathing, continue softening, continue allowing life to circulate back into the places that once closed for protection. This is your reminder that survival is not your final form. You are allowed to live. You are allowed to feel safe. And you are allowed to feel life fully. Until next time, welcome back to yourself.